Thank you for tuning in to BBQ Wives, the Saucy Secret. I'm your host, Yadi Robles, wife of Fred Robles of Real Valley Meat Barbecue.
And I'm Sonia Tijerina, wife of the loudest man in barbecue, Cruz Tijerina, also known as the legend of Boot Company Bar and Grill.
First, a thank you to our sponsors for helping us fund this episode of BBQ Wives, the Saucy Secret.
Our very first episode,
and possibly last, depending on reviews and comments. See how that
goes. It didn't cost that much, so
give us some likes. Give us some likes out there and shares.
Please.
So we want to thank our sponsors, Real Valley Meat, located on the corner of Border and 6th Street in Weslaco, Texas. They have top quality meats. It's a full service butcher shop. They also have the best homemade breakfast and lunch tacos. Come check them out. It's real good.
It is real good, and the desserts are real good too. All right, and if you're going up north maybe and you want to eat and you're hungry, you need to go over to my restaurant. It's called the Boot Company Bar and Grill. We're also sponsoring this show. In case I haven't told you, my husband Cruz, we are sponsoring this show. And if you're hungry and you want some home cooking, you head out to the Boot Company Bar and Grill in the heart of Raymondville, and you can shop and you can have a beer and you can eat lunch or dinner. Please join us
The fried
someday.
fish is really good. It's really good.
It is. It's our special on Friday. It's cheap.
Fried fish.
Good though.
Also, a big thank you to ERS of Weslaco, Texas, Employee and Retirement Services, helping people retire for the past 25 years. If you have any questions, you can contact Liz Shamlin. Thank you, ERS, for sponsoring us.
You know, Liz is really, really smart. She's taught me stuff. I'm a teacher, and she's got me covered. She explained so much stuff to me. It was crazy. I didn't know half of anything.
Yeah, she knows her stuff.
She's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Kudos. Yes. Shout out to Liz of ERS. She's good.
Before we introduce our first guest, a big shout out and congratulations to a couple of women who have done a fantastic job in the barbecue circuit.
That's right.
We have Mari Serrata of the Beeville area. Mari has won a Go Texan cook-off event, which has qualified her for the Houston Rodeo upcoming in February. So congratulations, Mari, and good luck out there. Also, Jack, good job. Also, a big congratulations to Jackie Milligan. She did a great job at the World Food this past weekend, and she won the overall at the EAT competition. She did a great job in the IBCA portion.
Wonderful.
And actually won the whole category of Fire and Ice, which is a all-women's competition with the World Food. So congratulations, Jackie. Great job. Our first guest is a very special one. We've known this woman for a long time. And not only has she been in barbecue competitions for a few years, she is also an excellent role model of a barbecue wife.
She is.
Yes. A little team history. Her and her husband's competition barbecue has quite an impressive history.
They do.
They have won 63 grand champions, 41 RGCs, 11 Texas State Championship wins, 100 plus top 5 and top 10 finishes, multiple awards in the top 5 in Texas, and also the first pitmaster to be inducted into the IBCA Hall of Fame.
They are an amazing couple. They have been around barbecue for a long time. They have so much respect for them. Unfortunately, we couldn't have Terry in our studio today. She had somewhere to be, but we do have her on remote location from her home. Let's welcome Terry Segovia, Mrs. Consistency, wife of Arnie Segovia of Smokin' Lone Star Barbecue and Arnie Tex. Welcome, Terry.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's so good to see you, Terry. You look great. All right, Terry, so let's get right down to it. What role do you play being a barbecue wife for Smokin' Lone Star?
I have many roles. When we first started cooking, I'm going to say about 20-some years ago, with our young kids and Arnie's family, they would join us. I was just a traveler, enjoying the sights, enjoying the barbecue. I didn't have a role in Smokin' Lone Star because my mother-in-law, his grandparents would always just, jump in and help him whatever he needed. But as time went by, mother-in-law, dad, grandparents didn't come with us anymore. Our kids grew up. It changed a bit. So we started working closer together. So not only was I his taste tester, his confidant, his sous chef, his time manager, and then now with his online pitmaster class app, I'm his videographer, his IG helper with Instagram, and his just Facebook, everything. So it's just evolved into everything. I do a little this, I do a little that, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool.
So you've been doing this for a while, Terry. What is the biggest misconception that you've heard out there about barbecue competitions?
Okay, so I've heard that some wouldn't consider it a sport. They think it's just like a hobby, but like a sport, you practice, you drill, you rehearse, you routines. It's just something you have to do over and over to be at the top of your game. And so I think it's fun, but it's also a lot of work. You just don't take your little Weber out there and cook your piece of meat and expect to walk or win a cook-off. You really, really have to train, and again with recipes and sauces and meats, and practice all during the week, 2 weeks maybe till you're ready. So yes, it's work, but it's fun.
What is the biggest misconception you've heard of BBQ Wives?
I think a lot of people think that we're there to wash dishes, maybe be the designated dishwasher, or clean up after our husbands, but it's really so much more. For us, it's 100%. He gives 100% to that competition. I give 100% for him to try to do his best, help him out with whatever he needs. So for us, it's more than just a dishwasher. It's really, really, you really are in there to help your spouse succeed.
And the sport is very important. And I can't think back to a competition that I've seen Arnie and have not seen Terry there. I've seen her just about every single competition where Arnie's been at. And I think that's really important, Sure, you're right. Yeah, the barbecue wife being supportive, that's very important.
I have to mention something about Terry and Arnie. I've known him for a while also. And one of the neatest memories I have of them is just how they are with each other. And, she helps Arnie do all of his barbecue stuff, of course, right? But she does so many other things too. And one of the neatest things I ever saw was Arnie was in a conversation with someone, and he's just talking, blah, blah, blah. And Terry comes up and she just bumps him and hands him a wad of these capsules and vitamins and fish oils there. I really don't know what it was, but just a wad of these things, right? And he puts them in his hand, and she gives him the water. He just pops them in his mouth. He drinks them.
He doesn't even ask what they are.
No, he doesn't even ask what they are. It could be anything, And then he just swallows them, doesn't even break his conversation, and she just trots off, and just knowing that, she did what she's supposed to do, But she is so good to him, and so loving, and so caring, and just they don't miss a beat, and they're just like this little well-oiled machine. They know each other so well, and they love each other so much. Yeah, and it's just awesome. Really nice to see that. Nice. I've never forgotten that memory of them doing that. I thought it was so sweet.
Yeah, and that's a great example, of a great barbecue wife. Just taking care of your man, your husband.
Yes,
it's good.
Somebody has to take care of your loved ones.
You're so compassionate.
That's what we do.
Okay, Terry. So, what is your favorite part about competition barbecue?
Well, I thought about that, and back in the day when we first started cooking, we had this. We knew this team. I can't remember the couple's name, but their team name was Winning's More Fun, and of course, Winning's More Fun. And but that doesn't. But that doesn't happen all the time. But when it does, when we do win and when we do get a walk, I always remember that name. Winning's more
Winning is
fun.
more fun.
But also I have to say that going to different places, going to different cook-offs in different towns and different states, that is really fun too. And meeting new people. And though I'm not really out there, Arnie's the socialite of the team. We do get to meet lots of new people, and we've gotten to meet great people who've become great friends to us.
Have you ever thought about maybe competing without Arnie?
I've never really wanted
No?
to barbecue on my own. No, I'm not. I'm not like that. I mean, Arnie is very precise, very, just in the zone, and I'm just like all over.
Consistency.
And I'm just like all over the place. No, that's not for me.
I just wondered.
Well, thank you.
Tell us about your most memorable moment being part of Smokin' Lone Star Barbecue.
One cook-off, we hit first place three meets in a row.
Wow,
The
a trifecta.
Yes,
Nice.
and that was a few years back, and that was so awesome. And we still have our little cups of the trophies, and every time we go to a cook-off, we always think, oh, let's hit a trifecta. But, it hasn't happened. But that was really nice. Of course, when he was inducted into the IBCA Hall of Fame, that was
that was
That is
super,
so
very cool. Very
super
cool.
That is so
awesome.
great.
And, and then the more I thought about it, the more I just thought, just for me, just doing all that, we love doing the barbecue scene, and we get to do that. And that in itself is just really, really awesome that we have the opportunity to do that. All the cook-offs that we like to do and just be around the barbecue family. It's really nice, and that's really memorable for me.
Yeah, we were actually there at that ceremony where he got inducted into the Hall of Fame. It was really neat, really cool that we knew him. We've seen him out in the competition, so it was really cool to see Arnie up there.
What an honor.
He really felt passionate about bringing others into the organization, and he did work hard on that, and we bounced off ideas, and so that's also kind of awesome to be part of. So. And I know it's his Hall of Fame, but it's ours.
No, well, and
It's
and that's
yours
kind
too.
of like what we're trying to do here is that it's not just about the husbands, it's not just about the pit masters, because we know that the wives have a big role behind it. It's a big part of the success of the team, because even if you're not going to the cook-offs with him, if you have to stay behind, I'm pretty sure, Fred leaves me a couple of things to do for him, and I know Cruz would do the same with you,
yes.
right?
I ran
Take care of
that.
the restaurant, and so
Supporting.
believe me when I tell you, you are part of that Hall of
Absolutely.
Fame.
Absolutely.
You are
Thank you.
you are the Hall of Fame there.
Awesome.
So, Terry, we're going to get into some more serious questions here. We know you were recently diagnosed with cancer and have actually gone through treatment. How has your cancer diagnosis changed your role as a barbecue wife?
Okay, so it's really, this month has been a year since I noticed that something was going on with me. And so as time went on, I went to the doctor and did my mammogram, and did a biopsy. Turned out I did have, breast cancer. So when that diagnosis came, Arnie and I just decided that we needed to take a step back from competition barbecue and just try to get myself healthy again. And and it was a total scary surprise that I had it, because I thought I was doing everything right.
You are.
Exercised.
You're a very healthy person.
I ate right. I didn't drink, didn't smoke. Took vitamins. Just had my mammograms, and boom, I still got it. So
Yeah,
from that we did have to step back from barbecue competition.
Unfortunately, cancer does not care who you are. And it's such an invasive type of thing. And life goes on. And Terry is such a good example of that, overcoming all of what she's gone through. And Terry, can you tell us, how did Arnie deal with what you were going through? Because he was by your side the whole time, through it all. How did he deal with all of that?
I have to say that Arnie was just, from day one, he was just very compassionate, supportive, loving, He was really awesome to me, a good listener, very patient. And you know, when you have, he was with me when I went to my doctor visits, the surgery, the dreaded red devil chemo sessions that you hear about, the radiations. He was there 100%, and I couldn't have asked for more, you know, because once you go through that, you have, you know, a little pain here, a little something there, and he was just there to really calm me and just talk to me, being so positive, just trying to get through all of it. And so not only him, my family also, but he was just really, really great. And if he was scared or worried, I never saw that part of it ever, you know.
Boy.
So he was truly a blessing to me during my whole journey. It was really, it's just what I needed when I needed it.
So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So Terry, what advice do you have for other barbecue wives who are going through this experience?
Of course, it's early detection is the key. You hear that over and over again, and it's so true. My diagnosis was a stage 1, which is, you know, if it's going to be a good thing, it's a good thing to have a stage 1. And so it really opened my eyes to get those mammograms every year. I would advise all ladies, you know, don't put it off because you just never know. And once I also opened up to other people, I had told Arnie, it's okay, go ahead and tell your barbecue friends. I'm a very private person, so I wanted to keep that to myself. But once I agreed that it was a good thing, you know, I had so many well-wishers and so many people commenting, you know, I'm going to put you on my prayer list, you're in my thoughts. And that, I believe, helped me so much, you know. I mean, people I didn't even know were sending messages, and just especially, you know, I'm going to put you on my prayer request list. That was just like,
it means a lot to you. Yes.
And so, you know, I say share your story, share your journey. So now I'm telling others, you know, if you ever go through that, you know, I'm your pink sister, because I know what I went through, and I can give you my experience, and you do come out of it, you know. I am healed, thank you, God. So, you know, it is good to share your journey and your story.
We're so happy that you're doing well, Terry, that you've finished your treatment and you're looking good, and we're just so happy for you.
Terry, you're such a seasoned competitor. You've been around. You know what you're doing. What kind of advice would you give our up-and-coming new barbecue wives that are just starting this competition life?
My advice would be go out and build some memories with your spouse. If you're going to do the barbecue competition journey with them, you know, it's all about finding joy in what you do and spending time together. That's what I would tell you.
Okay.
You know, you go out and make new friends and meet new people, see different towns, states, countries maybe, but it's all about building memories. And I have so many starting from when our kids were young, doing their, and they're 31 and 28 now. So I'm talking about when they were like 12 and 8, and we took them to a cook-off where they did the kids queue way back in the day. You know, I still remember that, you know, spending time with Arnie's family, because Arnie's family would go with us. I still remember that. And some even ladies at the hold on a second. At the meeting, at the annual meeting, come up and ask Arnie about his dad and his mom when they would come with us. You know, those are awesome memories that you have. And so I would say, if you're going to join your husband, yes, it might be work and whatnot, but it's also building memories, and that's just as important.
You see, instead of complaining, Sonia, that you're going to just another cook-off, enjoy your spouse. Enjoy that long 9-hour drive to Dallas.
To get to another parking lot.
To get to another
Yay.
parking lot. Seems like we go everywhere, but not really. You know, just see the inside
I
of the
know.
cooking trailer, and that's about it. Another parking lot. But, you know, kidding aside, you know, me and Fred have actually had some really good conversations on the ride up to a cook-off. You know, that's where we get to
okay.
talk and stuff, and we laugh and joke around. Like, that's how we get along, you know, just laughing, you know. So it's good.
That's cool.
Okay, so one final question for you, Terry, and this is a question we'll be asking all barbecue wives. What is the most annoying thing your spouse, Arnie, does at a competition barbecue?
You're talking to me, so I racked my brain over that one, and I'm sure there is something, but I can't really think of one. So the only thing is it's not at a cook-off, it's when we're getting ready to go to a cook-off. You know, I'm a person that, you know, give me a time, give me 3 o'clock, we're out the door, you know, 12 o'clock, we're leaving. Something like that. I need a tangible time to know, you know, to plan.
To mentally prepare
exactly
for the takeoff.
So I've learned not to ask anymore, but I used to ask Arnie, okay, what time are we leaving? Are we ready yet? And he goes, we're leaving when we're ready. That's his famous line from me. We're leaving when we're ready. And, you know, my mother-in-law might ask, what time are you guys leaving? So my answer is, we're leaving when we're ready. My kids call, what time are y'all leaving, Mom? We're leaving when we're ready. So to me, that's a little annoying.
That's a little
annoying.
So a little advice for Arnie here. Give her a time, Arnie. Terry needs to know what time you're leaving. We got right? Get him an alarm or
like
something.
One of those Apple Watches, like with a big alarm.
I
Well,
think that's a little annoying to me.
I can see where that could be like that.
So we just love you and Arnie, Terry's, and we just wish you the very best in the rest of the barbecue competition circuit out there. And I know Arnie's working on some videos and some classes and stuff. So is there anything that you want to plug in and share for our listeners?
I sure will. We have a complete online pitmaster class.
Wow.
And you can go to class.pitmaster.us for more information, or you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Arnie Tex. So if any of you have any questions, that's where you can get your answers.
Right.
So there you have it, friends. If you want to learn how to compete in barbecue, go look for Arnie's website and sign up for those pitmaster classes.
I would. Terry, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your wisdom with all of us. And I'm so happy to see you on the road to recovery and feeling better and doing so well.
Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you.
You're the best, and we do love you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And it's been fun.
You're a busy lady, and I know you have somewhere to go also, but thank you for taking time to come out here and share.
And whenever else you guys have something new coming up, just you want to come back on the show, just give us a call. We'll put you on.
We'll give you airtime.
Yeah, we'll
for
give you
sure.
airtime. Yes.
Great. Well, thank you. Good luck to you guys on your venture.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Before we go, we just want to tell all the wives out there that are just starting out in this competition life, hang in there. It gets more fun. It gets better. Let your husband take those barbecue classes, because you're going to want them to walk, you know, and get those trophies, get those big checks. So just hang in there. It gets more fun.
And, you know, there's something to be said for beginner's luck, you know?
Yeah,
there's something about that. So
it's almost
I'm
like
the one behind the camera.
This is Liz, the other barbecue wife that's a part of the show. She's in charge of the cameras and lights and
video,
action, all that.
Yes, she's our producer.
Our producer, yes. Producer, editor.
Director. She's our director. That's what she is.
Publicist, all that. Yes, thank you, Liz. You're doing a great job. So why are we doing this show? Okay, so we really know that barbecue wives play a big role, you know, in the success of their husbands.
Yes, they do.
And this goes back. I think we've been talking about BBQ Wives for a few years already.
Yes,
we have been
kicking around this
yes,
idea, and
yeah,
it's
Kicked
like
around a lot of ideas.
growing.
We even have a movie ready.
it's just
that's me.
we have so
I'm
much
writing a
good
movie.
material.
I want to pitch it to what's his name? Tyler Perry. Is that his name?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry, yeah.
Yes, that guy. I've got a great barbecue movie. It's all right here.
We just have really good material. You cannot make this stuff up.
You
really
I
cannot.
just kind of write things down in a journal,
yeah.
like as it happens, and it's amazing.
So it was going to start as a blog, and none of us have time to actually sit down and write. You know, we were going to write our thoughts and all that, and we kicked around the idea about a movie, and then most recently was this talk show. So what happened was that I received a very inspirational message a few weeks ago. Fred had just got crowned at the Royal, and he was driving back, and I received a message from a good friend of ours. And he tells me, you know, Yadi, he's like, congratulations for you and Fred winning. He's like, I congratulate you too, because I know that you make sacrifices to help Fred's dreams come true. Yeah. And he said, because my wife does that for me. And, you know, I just sat there thinking, and my mind just went to all these women that I know, that I've seen, you know, helping their husbands at competitions, you know, cleaning, actually starting fires, you know, putting stuff on the pit and, you know, cutting up the meat, turning it in, or
at home, you know, holding down the fort.
Yeah. And
the children, the
yes,
businesses.
yeah. And so there is
going on at home.
Yeah, there's so many different kinds of barbecue wives. The ones that are actually at the cook-offs, the ones that have to stay behind. I have to stay behind sometimes, you know, to help with the business and the kids and all that. You've done that too, Sonia. I've seen you do that. And then we have the other women that are actually part of the barbecue competitions that compete, like Liz. You know, Liz has her own team, Hot Mess, and she cooks alongside her husband Steve, and does very well. She kicks butt, you know, a lot of the times, you know.
She cooks alongside, and now she competes with him.
Yeah.
Against him.
Yeah. And so this talk show is going to highlight everything.
There's a lot of women out there like
yes,
that
there is
competing.
a lot, you know, and we were talking about how many teams are under IBCA right now. There's like hundreds, maybe thousands, maybe a couple thousand. And so I imagine, okay, behind every team name, even if it's just, you know, one pit master, I'm pretty sure there's a woman involved.
Absolutely.
And so this is what this talk show is going to be about, you know, highlighting this woman, bringing into light everything that they're doing. So we're telling you, hang in there, because it does get more fun. And, you know, if you...
It is fun.
Yeah. So this show is going to be about advice, highlighting women that are doing well in the barbecue circuit. And I don't know, we'll come up with some secrets here. Information, yes.
And all kinds of stuff.
And
we have a lot of things lined up.
Yes. And we do have a secret, but we're disclosing it next time. So it's a good one. It's a good one, and
bigly.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So tune in for that one.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
If y'all have any ideas for our show or anybody you'd like to highlight, please send us a video or a message and let us know, and we'll do our best to get them out there.
Good. We have an email, and it'll be posted on the description of this video, so you can reach us at that. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram. We're on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, because all our new videos will be coming up on there. And thank you for watching. We are the BBQ Wives.
We are.
The
Thanks
Saucy
a lot,
Secrets.
everyone.
Thanks a lot. We are the BBQ Wives, the Saucy Secret. Thank you so much for joining us.
Keep it saucy.